The Nanoleaf Remote gives you physical controls to control your HomeKit devices without using your phone or voice. There are 12 sides for 12 different commands that changes colors and vibrates with each rotation. It can be a great addition to your HomeKit home and is definitely a talking piece. Though, because it has 12 sides, I find this product to be difficult to use and actually hard to recommend. But more on that after we unbox it. Opening up the box, there's a user guide with basic info on how to control this device, a Nanoleaf sticker, and the first half of the dodecahedron that has all the electrical parts inside and the HomeKit code. And here's the second half, which is just hollow with the rest of the numbers on the device. And it includes 2 AA batteries rated for 1 year of active use. I wish this was a coin battery like other HomeKit controllers for longer battery life, but it is what it is. And when you put the batteries in the battery compartment, the remote will light up green and start to change colors. It's pretty easy to assemble, just align the numbers 6 and 7 and it snaps together whenever everything is in place. But taking it apart is rather difficult. You have to use a flathead to pry it open, and since it's plastic, your flathead will easily tear into the plastic like mine did with only a little bit of pressure. And this was not good considering I had the product open and unboxed for less than 10 minutes and I already got a tear on the product. That's not good. You can scan the HomeKit code and get this thing right into HomeKit, but if you use the Nanoleaf app, then you will get access to updates and special features. To pair this device in the Nanoleaf app, just open up the Nanoleaf app, then tap on Add Device. Scroll down to Remote and it'll ask you if you have light panels, which I don't. Scan the HomeKit code and it'll add to HomeKit as a programmable switch. In the app, 12 sides are available and can be programmed to run a certain action. To program a side, choose a side and tap the pencil to give the side a name. So we'll just name this Lights On, and you can choose to run a HomeKit scene or turn on a device. So I'll just turn on my main lights, and now whenever I rotate the remote to side number 3, my lights will come on. You will get more features with the remote if you have other Nanoleaf products like their light panels or light bulb, but I'm honestly not a fan of most of the Nanoleaf products, so in this video we'll just be talking about what it can do in HomeKit exclusively. You will need a HomeKit hub to control this in HomeKit, so an Apple TV, HomePod Mini, or using an iPad. And the remote connects via Bluetooth and does not have thread like the Essentials smart bulb. In the Home app, this device is exposed as a button even though there's nothing to press. So you have to configure button presses, which is confusing since you only rotate this device and there's nothing you actually press. There are 12 buttons exposed, so you can use any of these to run your scenes or control your HomeKit devices. So for button 1, I want to turn off all my bedroom lights and turn my TV on. So I'll tap on Add and choose the scene I have set for this and give this automation a name called Watch the Office. The remote will run your command when the number is facing up, so whenever we put number 1 at the top, the remote will change colors and you'll feel a small vibration to confirm that the scene actually ran, and it will turn off my lights after a couple of seconds and then my TV will automatically turn on. Unfortunately, you're not able to customize any of the colors, it's completely random. Now what I quickly noticed about this device is that it does not always work 100% of the time. There were times I turned it to side 3 and it was supposed to turn on my lights, but nothing happened, and it took about 5 times to finally get this command to work. So this can be frustrating if all you want to do is just turn on your lights. Although the Nanoleaf Remote has colorful lights, which looks awesome in the dark, there are 3 issues that I have with this device. Issue number 1 is that it's surprisingly difficult to use. With 12 sides, it's hard and a bit awkward to find which number you want to use to run your scenes. So you could be going from one side to another just trying to find the number of the scene that you want to run, and this can take a lot of time. Not only is it difficult for me to use, but it's also difficult for others to use as well. There are way easier to use HomeKit controllers like the Aqara wireless mini switch, which just requires a button press to control your smart home, so it makes it super simple to use. And you can even put the Aqara mini switch in smaller and more conspicuous places and use it to arm or disarm a security system. It's much easier for my wife and I and guests to control our smart home with just a single button press than it is to have to find a certain number on a device. Issue number 2 is that it can be confusing to know what each side does on the remote. Because there's so many sides on the Nanoleaf Remote, it's going to be hard to remember what each side controls what. Now, a way around this is to label each side with just a couple of words on what the number controls. But this will still take some time to try to find the label of what you want to control. And I think 12 sides is a bit excessive when you compare it to the Aqara Cube, which has 6 versus 12. And with 6 different gestures like push, rotate, or even flip, it makes the Aqara Cube more fun to use. And issue number 3 is that the battery life is terrible. Nanoleaf claims up to a year of battery with normal usage, And of course, you'll see quick battery drain when you first get this thing out of the box because you want to play with it and see all of the colors. But I will say, after spinning it around and changing colors for like 30 minutes, the remote went from 100% to 80%. So it definitely does seem to drain the battery pretty fast. And then after a couple of days went by, I checked the battery again and I was at about 69%. So it seems to lose about 1% a day or more. So I can see you having to change the batteries fairly often. Let me know what you think about the Nanoleaf Remote and if you're going to be adding it to your HomeKit home down in the description below, and thank you for watching.